So I've had some really fun financial things going on this month, including having my car worked on because it decided to stop moving on December 31st. So it's been a fun couple weeks. But now that I have it back, I paid a lot of money to do that. I have had to use pretty much all my savings to keep up living because I use my car for work. So I'm selling a lot of my collection for various reasons. Aside from that, I also just want to downsize because I don't want to shelf collect. I only want to own stuff that I am going to play. And today we are going to be showing off, I think, 13 Switch games that I'm getting rid of. About 6 of them are pretty rare. The others are just pretty common and basic and boring. But let's get into it. Let's start with Sayonara Wild Hearts. This one is just not my jam. It's a rhythm-ish game, and I just don't like the gameplay at all. I don't have much to say about it. I'll just read what's on the back here. It says it's a pop album video game. I usually like pop music, but this just did not do it for me. The visuals are kind of cool, though. I wish it did something for me, but it does not. So we will be selling it, and then it also says, become the fool and journey through an arcade dream as you break hearts on your motorcycle at 200 miles per hour. Speed through dance battles and chase scores in laser shootouts and sword fights. Let's pop. Yeah, no thank you. That one gets to go somewhere else and turn into a few dollars. Now, up next, we have a much more interesting one, Yooka-Laylee, the first game. I'm getting rid of this because they have made a better version, basically a remake, in my opinion, because they've added so many things in the new version, which is on Switch 2 only, I think. I can't remember it. I can't remember if it has a Switch 1 version, but I'm getting rid of this one. This came from Limited Run. It does have a tiny little manual. It's pretty pathetic, honestly. Man, that's like, what, 10 pages at the most. So, yeah, we're getting rid of this. So I can at least have one less Limited Run game in my collection, thankfully, because I hate that company, and most people do. I mean, some of the products they put out are cool. Like the ones they used to put out anyway. They're putting out a lot of trash nowadays, but yeah, let's stay positive here. Up next. Oh, I didn't talk about that game really. It's been a day. I am tired. So, this is a 3D platformer with a lot of problems, and that's why they have made a new version. So, it's a 3D platformer in the vein of Banjo-Kazooie and stuff like that. But it says, buddy up for an epic adventure. Meet an unforgettable cast of characters and horde of vault load of collectibles as buddy duo, Yooka and Laylee, embark on an epic adventure. Cool. I will say, the sequel, Yooka-Laylee Impossible Lair, that one's really fun, and it's a lot like Donkey Kong Country, so recommend it. Now, up next, we have something that is hyped up by so many people, and it nearly put me to sleep. This is Gree. Or Gris, if you want to pronounce it how it looks. But this is a 2D platformer adventure game, sort of, with like nothing to it, in my opinion. The aesthetic is really pretty, but it's just so boring. There's nothing going on. There's no combat, if I remember right. There's just nothing. It's so boring. And it says Gree is a hopeful young girl lost in her own world, dealing with a painful experience in her life. Her journey through sorrow is manifested in her dress, which grants new abilities to better navigate her fated reality. As the story unfolds, Gree will grow emotionally and see her world in a different way, revealing new paths to explore using her new abilities. And then it says stuff in some other language, so yeah. It's a very pretty game, but man, it's boring. I need something going on, or just, I don't know, it was not for me. I had my hopes up a lot for it because people talked so highly of it. Now, here is one I kind of liked, but I could easily get like $40 for it, and I can always get another copy if I want it again. This is Luigi's Mansion 3. It's it's fine. It's just I'm not really into puzzle games, and that's basically all it is. On top of the fact that the movement is so slow, everything is so slow. I've kept wanting to push a run button, but there's not one. I don't know. It's just not for me. I played this one and the first one, and I beat them both, but I only enjoyed them a little bit. And there was definitely parts that I did not like at all. But this one is definitely the better one of the two, and I don't think I'll ever try the second game because I've heard it's even worse, so no thank you. I think I'll just stick to genres I enjoy more. Now, on the back it says, "Can Luigi brave the haunted hotel?" Yeah, that's another thing. He's in a hotel and not a mansion. It's false advertising. But whatever. And then, control Luigi and Luigi yourself in single player or play together with a friend. Send enemies and furniture flying with a powerful blast of air. 2 players can play on Nintendo Switch system and up to blah blah blah. Don't care. Yeah, so it's multiplayer if you know people. Eh. Not my thing. And here is Omega Bot. I wanted to like this game so much because it's technically a Mega Man like, I guess, but it has a ton of flaws in my opinion. And then the final boss is, it's just so stupid. Like, I'm not always mad when I can't beat a game because of the final boss, but it's more so the fact that I'm at the end and I cannot start a new file no matter what I do, and that's what I want to do because I don't want to be at the boss anymore. I would rather play through the game again, because you can upgrade stuff and maybe I could do things differently and have a better chance at it or whatever, or just enjoy my time with it again. But as far as I can tell, you cannot do that unless you were to delete your entire game, and that's just kind of a hassle. I don't want to deal with it, and it's it has other flaws too. Like there's a kickback every time you shoot, so if you're shooting and you're standing next to an edge, you're gonna die. That's really annoying. It had a lot going for it. The visuals were nice, but they really messed it up in a lot of ways, in my opinion. And I will stick with better Mega Man likes, like Mighty Gunvolt Burst. I got that recently, so I'm gonna try that out. It looks a lot better. But it says, avoid various traps and deadly obstacles by using your weapons and abilities. Make your way through metallic forests, ruins of futuristic cities, and other environments. Yeah, it had so much going for it. But nope. Now, here's 88 Heroes, 98 Heroes Edition, and this is a 2D action platformer thingy, kind of with roguelike elements and ways, and every time you die, you become a different character. It's always someone new. You always have to learn new movesets, basically, and how they control, so it's a lot of adapting. It's one-hit kills. I don't like that. It was just very frustrating, and my cover art is not in the best shape because I got it used, so I am happy to get rid of it because it does not fit my collection standards anymore. I want stuff to be in good shape, and this one is not, plus it pisses me off, so you're out. Alright, up next we have something much more positive. The Messenger. Except I have, what are they from? I think Special Reserve did that one, but then this was the limited runs version, which is a little cheaper. These are somewhat rare because they've been out, well, these versions are, and I'm getting rid of them because I got the new reprint recently for like $30, I think, and these are both worth over 100. I mean, this one's supposed to be worth like 300, but it's hard to get that much for it because the other version exists now. Either way, I'm going to try to sell them because I don't want them anymore. They're just going to stay on the shelf. I cannot open them because of what they're worth. However, I love the game, so if for some reason this one doesn't sell for a long time, I may end up keeping it because it is beautiful and I've been enjoying the game and I love this artwork. But I also could really use the money right now, so I'm going to at least try to sell it. And if it doesn't, I'd be happy to open it one day, just because of how much I've loved the game. And this cover here is beautiful. The artwork's so nice, and I think I can open it if I can do that without damaging it to show the game, because it's not sealed or anything. Yeah, so it comes like that. Also has something else in there. What is that? Is that CD? If that's a CD... Oh, I think that's a CD. I may have to keep this one. The music in this game is incredible. But I don't want to take that out. I don't... okay. Nope, it's an instruction booklet. Okay. Okay, never mind. That's a very nice instruction booklet, but it's not a CD. Okay. That's alright. I do want to see if I can get a CD of the soundtrack, though, because it is incredible. Same thing with this is made by Sabotage Studios, and they also have a game called Sea of Stars, which is a beautiful 1632-bit kind of style of a JRPG, and it is also incredible with the music as well. And there goes my cat. Bye, Taco. But yeah, I highly recommend this game. It's a 2D platformer, 2D platformer turned Metroidvania later on. Hard to explain, but it's great. It's so good. And then Sea of Stars is basically in the same world, very loosely. So I recommend both. And I'm not getting rid of Sea of Stars because I only have one copy of that. Also, I just want to say I did not buy these with the intention of selling them for a lot. I bought these way back when they came out, and I just happened to never open them. I was not intending to collect like this. I don't like shelf collecting. I don't like having super valuable things on my shelf that I'm not going to open and do anything with. I want to play what I own. So, yeah, I'm trying not to collect like this anymore. But man, that artwork, love it. Alright, then we have... Oh, is there anything fancy to see on the back? Not on that one. As a demon army besieges his village, a young ninja ventures through a cursed world to deliver a scroll paramount to his clan's survival. What begins as a classic action platformer soon unravels into an expansive time-traveling adventure full of thrills, surprises, and humor. That is one thing I forgot to mention. The dialogue is actually really funny. And same thing with Sea of Stars, like they're pretty good with their dialogue, so yeah. Highly recommend. Just don't buy these versions because they are stupidly expensive, and there's a better reprint nowadays, so go for that. Heck, you can pick it up at Best Buy, or at least my Best Buy, and at the time it was like $20 or $30, so yeah. Alright, here's one I had the intention of playing, but there's a better version now. So this is SMT5, or Shin Megami Tensei 5. I'm gonna get the new version, which was what? Vengeance? Something like that. But it's a more complete version with a separate storyline that a lot of people said was really good. So I'd rather get the complete version and get rid of this version since I don't need it anymore. Actually, someone already bought it. I need to ship it. It sold today. So. And then we have Lone Wolf, or Joe Devers' Lone Wolf. I'm going too fast. I forgot to say anything about this damn game. Slow down. I'm tired, and possibly something else other than tired, but yeah. Alright. On the back of SMT5 here it says, Godhood awaits. The ambitions of God and human clash amidst the horror of a dying world. Decide what is worth saving and prepare to sacrifice everything in its name. Fight through a demon-infested wasteland. An elusive story filled with tragic choices. Explore the expansive post-apocalyptic Tokyo. Now, I will also say, if you don't know what this game is, it's basically Pokemon for adults. You collect and use demons to fight. It's also hard as hell. I have beaten SMT3, Nocturne, the remaster on PS4 and Switch, but that game took me like 6 months of off and on gaming because it's so hard, and I just had to pace myself, otherwise I would have hurt something. So, yeah. Alright, welcome back, Joe Devers' Lone Wolf. Let's get into this game that mildly had the intention of playing at one point, but I don't think it's really my thing. I don't know. It looks kind of meh, and unfortunately, I can't read what's on the back because there's cards in the way because it's sealed and it's worth like at least $50. It's not worth that much. It's not a big title like The Messenger or something like that, but it's still worth a little bit. It's worth more than I paid for it because when these come out, they're only about $30. I can't remember much about this game. I just need to feel like I need to say something about it. I mean, like, see, it sounded interesting at one point to me. It's, I think Joe Dever is an author, and it's based in, either he's an author or he's the character in a book series, something like that. But I think he's the author, and Lone Wolf would be the book series. So this would take place in that universe, I suppose. But it sounded like it was a. I'm probably gonna describe it terribly because it's been a while since I looked up anything on it. It's. I want to say it's almost a Western RPG, but also kind of visual novel because it has a lot of dialogue, and I can't remember if it really has much gameplay to it. So, I don't know. I need to look it up a little more before I do sell it, but I also want money, and I would rather play games that interest me. Like, all the JRPGs that have been coming out, like the Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters, the Lunar remasters. I need to catch up on stuff like that I really want to play, and stuff like this doesn't really interest me anymore. So yeah, I'll probably get rid of it. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and list it. Like, that's what I'm doing with all of these. It's just, I'm so bad at, I need money, and then it's hard to get rid of things, but I'm gonna do it because I've been doing it, and I've shipped off a ton of things recently. But here is Origami 2. I am only getting rid of this because I happen to have two of them. I like the first game. I've played that one almost all the way through, but I've been getting my ass kicked near the end. It's a stealth ninja game, and if you get caught or whatever, you immediately lose, and basically, so it's very difficult. It's got a very beautiful aesthetic though, and I don't know how different the second game is because I want to beat the first one before I do play it. But since I have a second copy, I'm gonna open that really soon and at least try it. Obviously, because I want to get gameplay. So I will probably be trying it here in a bit. If they don't have a trailer for it, I can borrow. But I want to beat the first one first. They're just so hard, but so fun. This is also already sold today, so I need to ship it. Because eBay has been doing good. Now we have Superliminal from Super Rare Games, another Super Rare game. This one kind of interested me at one point, but the more I looked stuff up on it, the more I realized this is not my type of game. It's a first-person puzzle game, kind of like Portal, and some other games like that. But the only game I've played in that style that I enjoyed was something called Mask of Mists, and it was a very beautiful, like, magical world. So this one's set in a more realistic environment. However, it does have a really neat gimmick, but I don't think I'll like it, so I'm just gonna sell it because it's actually going up in price to, I think it's over 100 now, because it's a big game. People love it, but it just doesn't look like I would enjoy it. Plus, it's only like 2 hours long. I could buy it digital if I ever want to play it. As much as I hate digital, but it's worth over $100 and I want money, so it needs to go. But it really does have a neat gimmick thing where you can change the size of things by different perspectives, and it's just really cool. But it's hard to explain. I would recommend, I mean, I'll show gameplay, but I would recommend looking up some reviews on it because if you like that type of game, because it really does look interesting and unique. Now, perception is reality. In this mind-blowing, mind-bending first-person puzzler, you escape a surreal dream world through solving impossible puzzles using the ambiguity of depth and perspective. That's all I can read on the back. There's too much stuff in the way other than that. But yeah, interesting game, just not for me, and I like money. Now, here's a similar situation. This is Guess Your Grace from Super Rare, and it also looks like a really neat, high quality game with actually beautiful pixel art. And this one's set in medieval times, which I usually enjoy, but this is a town management sim, kind of, where I think you play as a king and you just kind of talk to characters in your kingdom and help them in certain ways, and it just sounds very boring. I don't want to play a game that you just like. I like some visual novels, but I get so tired of having to read dialogue all the time. I want gameplay too, please, and this one just doesn't sound like it has much. So, I don't know. But it's also very sought after, and it's already going for a decent amount, so I'm going to enjoy that money. Now, I can kind of read a little bit on the back here. It says, Yes, Your Grace tells a tale of Davern, a medieval kingdom ruled by King Eric. The game is set in a fictional world where monsters and arcane practices inspired by Slavic folklore are the order of Taco. No. Well, my cat just hit stop recording, so here we go again. Okay, where was I? So Slavic folklore are the order of the day. Villagers will ask for your help with various problems, from monsters attacking the village to a lack of places to relax and enjoy themselves. Some will bring humor to your throne room, and some will something. I can't read the rest. So it's just not for me, and I like money, so it gets to leave, and it's kind of unfortunate because I like the pixel art, but it just sounds so boring. And with that, I love that my cat had to hit stop recording as I was literally about to finish because that was last game. So, yeah. I will see you all next time. I just wanted to kind of show off some of the games I'm getting rid of since I won't have them much longer, and would like to at least talk about them. Acknowledge that they existed, especially Messenger. I love that game. I'm almost through it now, so I need to hurry up and beat it. But yeah. Until next time, hope you all have a great day. I will see you later.